Well, Dan says social media will take a long time before it can translate into real change. Ironically, we're still here. And we want to cross over to Social Watch, where my mic goes off and your voice comes on. And we just want to sample what you have to say. So, first of all, we always begin by putting out a poll asking you what you think about the topic that we have been discussing over the week. So then we ask Kenyans on social media, do you think social media activism will translate to real change in 2020 and how? So we have 45% say yes, 55% say no. So you're with the 55%.
I think we need to be patient. It can get there. I don't think it will get there that quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think social media...
What are the things we need to do to get it there?
I mean, I think social media is amplifying what we are doing. So it's more visible. So we are having these conversations at home, and social media is now more visible that we are talking. But we haven't yet gotten to the point where we want to... and you can see it's close, right? So I don't know if there's anything to be done. I think it's just time.
Yeah.
Just a function of time.
Give it time so it can mature just by itself.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to sample some of your feedback. Let's see what you had to say. At Mosdef, this is in relation to music, just in terms of speaking for what's going on. Fella said music is an instrument and effective weapon against social injustice. And if this instrument is used wisely, it can change lives and inspire a generation towards worthy causes. Hashtag I stand with King Kaka, hashtag Wajinga, Nyinyi, Dan.
Yes, but I can sing a song. But if the president today wants schools, secondary school to be free, it will be free tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's not the same effect as my song. So the song is there to put pressure on the president. It's not there to actually make change. Fela Kuti didn't change Nigeria. He told them what was possible.
Yeah.
And they believed him somewhat. But he was still arrested and beaten, and he's dead now.
Wow, Dan. Next tweet, that's what happens on social, but people just say it as it is. Wakesa_Junior says, it is sad that the president stood on the podium na akapraise politicians kwa kupeana handout kibra. Deep within akijuani tax Wanjiko who pay, akihope for a less muddy road before another election year.
Finally, somebody speaking the open truth. That's the problem. So we can sing about it, but that's the problem. And that's the one that has to be fixed.
How do we fix it?
The president has to make different choices. That's as simple as that.
But he's always saying, recently we saw a cabinet reshuffle, he's saying he's arresting corrupt people and it's creating deterrence.
No, we don't want him to talk. He just has to do it. This is not something about talking. If he wants to make this change, he can make it in under a year.
Okay. My director is saying something, so do we cross over to the next tweet? Okay, the next tweet, I am _Wanjiru. This is precisely the time when artists go to work. There's no time for despair, no place for self-pity, no need for silence, no room for fear. We speak, we write, we do language. That's how civilization heals. Toni Morrison. Before we react to this, we shall be crossing over to our street talk briefly, but Dan, let's hear what you have to say about this.
No, I mean, we provide the soundtrack. We provide the language.
Why do you call it a soundtrack, though?
Because we are not the ones actually doing it.
Yeah.
The actual doing it has to be citizens of the other citizens of the country who are into it. We are playing our part, but our part is just one part. There's 5 other parts that need to happen. People have to do that. How
do we create that synergy in that if you apply pressure on the pressure points, we ensure that the pressure points can nudge to the pressure?
Yeah, that's the question. I think we've lost some ground in that in terms of how we are doing it, but that's the real challenge. I don't have a good answer for you, but that's the real challenge. Yeah,
here we keep it real and we keep it honest. Let's cross over to the streets and hear what you had to say about the conversation that we are having. This is Street Talk. Listening.
Kulingana na mimi kama Mkenya imekuwa wakati mgumu sana. Ukiangalia tumekuwa na uchumi mgumu, pesa imepotea, hata wakati mwingine pesa ilikuwa inaokotangwa chini. Sasa hiyo huwezi okota hata shilingi 10.
It's been quite a year with all the economic depression that's going on, the political environment.
2019 has been tough, but it helped me grow a lot and learn a lot.
Not so good. Imekuwa tu hivi hivi.
Kwa 50-50 depending on how the situation has been.
Uchumi umekuwa mbaya
viongozi hawajashughulika na mambo ya kufanya kazi kuendeleza uchumi. Kazi yao kubwa imekuwa kubishana. Tunakumbuka wamekuwa kubishana maneno sigi mambo ya rambe, sigi deputy president anatoa pesa mingi.
Economic ni kama bei ya vitu ziko more or less the same. Banaona bado wa Kenya wanaumia kidogo.
Mimi niko social media, lakini unajua sasa Mkenya wa kawaida akitoa malilio wanaignore. Government haiangalii watu wakubwa, wadogo, inaangalia watu wakubwa.
I'm active on Instagram, of course, WhatsApp, Facebook a bit, but Twitter I just look at people. I just read people's comments.
Instagram.
Niko Instagram, I'm still in Facebook page.
I'm on across all the media platforms, and I think it's a very good avenue for airing the grievances.
To be really honest, I feel like if not more is done, it will be just another trend. Like how things trend, and then after like a few weeks, then everyone goes numb and we're back to normal until the next person starts another hashtag and then we follow it. If no action is taken, if we don't take it to the streets, then Twitter is not an arm for this, because we've tried fighting many wars on Twitter, but really don't win them.
Twitter and I use this idea. I don't think so.
Hata mimi niko Twitter, but kitu nimeona nayo ni mostly we just raise awareness. People know what is happening, but action inakuanga very few. I believe whatever King Kaka spoke about is a true reflection of our society as it is.
I can support him. He is speaking the reality. That is a true reality.
It's brought people to an awakening, really, but we all know these things. Like there's nothing. Is there anything new you've learned from the song?
Sahi watu sasa yaongelea, by the time ina lose nini haitaendelea, tunabaki tu wale wale.
King Kaka is right. Let him speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. Yeah, he's the voice of voiceless. He's a poet. That is his job.
King Kaka ni ukweli kabisa, na hiyo ndio Wakenya wanaelekea. Unajua wengi hatuongei, lakini hiyo mambo ndio iko kwa roho zetu.
If we take the message instead of condemning the musician, tunaweza enda mbali sana.
There's a lot people don't talk about the rape culture. I don't know if that's a government issue or I don't know, but somehow. And then also there's this trend that came and went about how girls or rather women in prison don't have access to pads and they actually share them.
2020 ile kitu serikali inaweza tutufanyia, wacha hii wizi wa pesa, corruption wafunge kidogo.
It is to continue working on infrastructure, it is to continue working on health, and it is also to consider youths, because the youths are being left behind, most especially in the government projects.
Create more jobs if possible, more opportunities for watu wenye wako business waweze ku invest, na pia generally to reduce excess borrowing, na pia pesa yenye imeboroiwa if possible itumike poa.
Dan, I want to hear what your 2 cents are on what Kenyans have to say in the streets. You are agreeing with some of them.
I agree. I mean, I think the role of the musician is the awareness level. Okay, this is my theory of change making. Dan said that theory of how to make change. Step 1, you raise awareness about an issue.
Okay.
Step 2, you build a coalition of people who think like you. So they also think there's a problem and they agree you have a coalition. Now step 3 is you take that coalition and you give the coalition some weight so that then it can now actually effect the change. Now I think what King Kaka has done and where Kenya change making has been is step 1. We've always had the awareness. The coalition building, the political class are very good at it.
Yeah.
They always find people to agree with them, and then they find every year in Kenya is a new thing that they make, and they all align. Like now there are 2 camps, everyone is aligning.
Okay.
Now that last step is the most critical step. We've only done it in Kenya maybe once or twice. 1990 we did it. With the change, when they repealed Section 2A,
okay,
we did it again with the Constitution. I don't know if we've ever done it another time.
Okay.
But that's our challenge.
So, finally, 10 seconds, parting shot.
Kenya will change, but it will take time. Martin Luther King said the arc of justice, the arc of history bends towards justice, but it takes a long time.
Well, what a way to live it. Thank you so much for watching. That has been Dan Aceda. He has been our guest today. And before we finish, 10 seconds, Richard. I know we must tell each other the bitter truth. Now, art has been used to create revolutions in different countries. It's an awakening, as Kenyans have said on the streets, as Dan has said on the street. It was done. It has been done before in Venezuela with the eyes of Hugo Chavez in the streets of Venezuela, as if watching the current leadership that is driving that country to a hole. It has been done before in the streets of Beirut, where the walls are talking. And if you've noticed, in the Nairobi CBD, graffiti is taking over and the walls of Nairobi are beginning to talk against the injustices. However, also, the walls of Nairobi might give you a little bit of hope through the graffiti just down here, Kenyatta Avenue, of Eliud Kipchoge that says, "No human is limited." So change might come, but it will take time, and we shouldn't doubt our abilities that we can bring that change. Have a good evening.